What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you, well, with another market watch today. You know, TCG play is really going crazy. It's been, is it me, or has it been like 3 months, 8 months? I don't know the time. It's kind of a blur at this point. But they're really promoting the crap out of this Steve Aoki guy. I personally don't care about this. This is mostly for Pokemon. I'm a Pokemon player as well, but I play competitively, so none of this makes any sense to me. But wow, they're just really just taking a shovel and just feeding to everybody. We get it. He has some stuff. Nobody cares. Unless you play Pokemon, I guess. Okay. Listen, everyone forgets about the value in Yu-Gi-Oh! Up until the fact that there's a chance that things going to have value again. We see this with the ban list. We've seen players go ahead and buy banned cards. That's why we see cards like Thunder Dragon Colossus hit insanely high amounts of money. But what about Link Cross? Link Cross recently coming out of Eternity Code and subsequently being banned because it was broken, insanely broken, is a card that may one day come up the ban list. You don't think so? Okay. Does it matter really? No, not really, not whatsoever. Cards are on the ban list, and the currently banned should be cards you should be looking at as well, because when they come up the bans, whether they see play or not, and at times they don't, at times they do, the value explodes exponentially. Looking at Link Cross Live Eternity Code right now, you can see this huge spike down, and the price of the card is barely hitting $2 with shipping. Once again, if you don't own Link Cross, or you're not hoarding Link Cross, and you don't see the value in this card, I don't know what to tell you. You know, I'll tell you right now, when a lot of cards like Thunder Dragon Colossus was banned, and all these other cards, the first thing we saw, even Maxi Ultimate Rare, the first thing we saw with these cards getting banned was the price immediately tanking, and everyone for a while not even looking at these cards. Then after a while, they do, and the prices go up really, 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 really high. So I think it's crazy now for anyone that wants to get adventurous because you're paying primo dollar. The crazy thing about this is this will be seen at Nationals. Let's not get it mistaken. This Nationals coming up, there's a good chance the Adventure Core will be seen in the top deck list of the players that win or even top that event. That's almost a given at this point. In fact, to me, I think that all the deck lists, if not every single one, there may be one or two little unique little butterflies, but overall, all the deck lists will be having adventures in them. You might go, wait a minute, V. Adventures were hitting the OCG. That's cool, but that's not happening here in TCG, more than likely. We are due to get a balance, and once that balance has happened, and by the way, it can happen any day, but once that balance does happen, I believe that will be the national level balance. So we are one balance away from actual nationals. Could Artifact Side get in the balance? I don't know, it's Konami. What do you think? I will say, though, adventures are not going to be going anywhere due to the fact that they are relatively new, coming out of grand creators, and will still be needed. Sword Souls, on the other hand, I think might be hit. Could it? Probably not, but you never know. I will say, though, cards like Sword Soul Moye, which was $50 when it came out of Burst of Destiny, has been going down. The current price of this card is roughly around $22 for a card that was double its value less than a couple of months ago. Small World did the opposite. It came out high, roughly around 40, went as low as around 20, 18 in certain parts, and now we're seeing this card go back up. It's roughly around $34 for a copy of Small World. 60 card builds, for the most part, a specific 60 card build is using Small World, but the card's just really good, and I do think this card will eventually be hitting the bans because it's so good. Can it happen right now? No. Lord of Heavenly Prison is another crazy card out of Burst of Destiny that, when it first came out, was not that much money. At one point, the card was roughly around $24. Looking at it right now, the value of the card is roughly around $36 for this card. By the way, it goes $36, then with crazy shipping or you're seeing it roughly around $37, $39, almost $40 for Lord of Heavenly Prison. Is it worth that? Probably not, but who cares? It's a good card. Baron de Fleur actually went down in value. Don't get me wrong, when this card first came out, it was $250, which was insane. Oh, rightfully so, though. The card was really good and still really good. And Baron de Fleur is still seeing meta play. The fact that it's starting to see more meta play means the price is obviously going up. Look at the price of this card, it's roughly around $108 to $110 a copy. Do you have yours still? Albaz, the Jester of Despia, has been rising non-stop. I've been babbling about Despia to the point right now a majority of my viewer base is probably sick and tired of hearing it. But the reason I'm saying it, because Konami is releasing a structure deck that is a tier 1 deck in a box. But you still have to get other cards like Albaz of the Despia. Now, I will say, this card is maybe a 2 of, maybe 3 of, but I think maybe a 2, probably about 2 of in most Despia builds that's going to be happening, or Albaz, or whatever we want to call it. The price of Albaz is rising every single day. I mean, look at it. It is rising. In fact, if you look over here from verifiable sales, the price point of this card is roughly around $96 a copy. 96. Albaz, the Jester Despia, came out, I think, debuted roughly around $45. And that wasn't considered insanely high, because it was. And then, let me see, can we get a longer chart? No? Oh, okay, we did. All right, so the price came out roughly around 45. It tanked down to 33. I remember it being even lower. I could be wrong. And now the price point of this card is in the 90s. Is it going to go down? Is it going to slow down? No. The price point of Albaz the Despia is going to increase. Despia's and Albaz is an insanely broken deck. The crazy part of the whole situation is the fact that Yu-Gi-Oh! Players haven't realized it yet. Those who do realize it are already getting ready for it. Those who have no idea about it are just sitting back going, we could probably beat it, right? This deck's broken. It dominates the OCG meta. And yes, we're not like fully like the OCG, but what this deck can do, and here's my reasoning. I was talking to my buddies at Locals about this the other day. Oh, I think I was talking to some friends online. Nevertheless, what this deck can do is silly. You see, right now, everyone's saying, Max C can't come off the ban, it's her, as they go Artifact Psi and lock you out of your extra deck. Because Max C's too broken. Okay. Despia's is going to make players go, maybe we do need Max C. I'm telling you, like, this deck's insane. What this deck can do turn 1 is broken. And if you Artifact Psi it, no problem. Your turn becomes our turn then. That's how insane Albaz the Jester Despia is. Max C will kind of calm this deck down if it was to be released. And once again, for those going, Max C's too broken, as you go, I'm going to activate my Adventure Core, I'm in the gates, I'm going to Artifact Psi you. Max C's the problem though. We don't want that card out. That card's too crazy. But yeah, I'm going to Psi lock you, I'm going to DPE you and draw 2 cards on my turn. I'm gonna do all the, and you just look at those players like, you're just, do you even know, do you even care, or are you just retarded? Like, you're just retarded? Or you are so blinded by your hatred of one card, PTSD Max C, that you don't realize we have infinitely more broken cards in the game right now. And we're about to get, by the way, little fun fact, more broken cards in the form of Albaz. Trust me, players who don't know about Albaz, this is going to get more degenerate. Max C, almost at this point, to me, I would see it as a saving grace for you players. Not for players like myself that have been getting ready with Despias and realizing the fact that this is going to be the best deck in the game. I'm saying it for your sake. You'll see eventually. Part of Prosperity, by the way, if you are looking to play Albaz, is a card that is needed in the deck. Not only is it needed in the deck, you can play Adventures with Albaz because something else that's thing, and Prosperity can help you get your adventurous stuff. Just cause it can. Now make it, you can't draw, and your opponent just take half damage, but you can search for Adventures for Prosperity in Albaz, a deck that already has an insane amount of things it can do. Looking at Prosperity, it has been going down for the most part, trading sideways. It's roughly around 120 to roughly around $125 a copy for the Secret Rare. The Starlight Rare is roughly anywhere between $525 to $530 a copy as well. Now, obviously, Starlight might be a lot out of everyone's budget. For one Starlight, you can get a play set of Secret Rares. I'm just letting you know right now, I'm trying to go max ready for Nationals. Wish me luck. Forbidden Droplet is a lot of money right now. I predict, and here's where it gets crazy, and here's where we're going to have a little argument in the chat, Forbidden Droplet is about to go down in value. I know, V, what the hell, no, V, blah, blah, V, Yu-Gi-Oh! Today, not tomorrow, the future sucks. Yeah, no, this card's going down in value, and here's why. This card's going to see less value because we're about to have decks that can be splashable as far as what they move on board. Meaning, besides the Artifact Psyflock, which Droplet is needed for, it's really good at stopping that, I predict that within the upcoming ban list, Artifact Psi will be banned. More should be banned, but definitely Artifact Psi. I think we should be able to agree on that. Artifact Psyflock and Nationals is just goofy and almost irrelevant to anyone playing Albaz. Maybe it won't get a hit. But if Artifact Psi was to get hit, by proxy, one of the best cards to stop it would be Forbidden Droplet. And we would see a resurgence on cards like Infinite Impermanence. So if I was you, and you're watching me and you're going, what do I buy? Do I buy my ulti droplets? They are gorgeous, by the way. This is a beautiful looking Ultimate Rare at $200, almost say $300 for Ultimate Rare Forbidden Droplet, or Secret Rare at the lowest for Brothers Legends at $120. I would say, hey, listen, focus on Infinite Impermanence more. Droplets is nice, Impermanence is what you're going to be using in the future. That's my take on that. I could be wrong. This is whatever. But I do think Droplets will fall off and Impermanence will rise up due to the fact that so many splashable decks in the game are going to be utilizing cards like Impermanence over Droplets as time goes on. Teardrop the Rika Queen out of Secret Slayers has been rising in value. Maybe waifu tax? Question mark. You let me know. The value of this card is roughly around $20. Little fun fact, when the card came out, it was at most $8. Then we have Mitches and Souls, which has been increasing. The Secret Rare Buzz Legends is roughly around $60. The Ultra Rare version added Legendary Duelist Magical Hero. Well, that's roughly around $69. After that one's gone, it's $70. I own my 2 Germans. Kind of nice. Look at that little, look at that. It's kind of nice. Celine del Magia. It doesn't really matter, to be honest with you. This is a great card being used right now in the 60-card decks. Will it still be used in the future? I don't know. I would like to think that 60-card decks will be useful in Nationals. Will it? Let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. Silent Mining Secret Rare is so undervalued right now. You should be arrested for not owning your playset and sent to camps to focus on it. Silent Mining Secret Rare Dark Neostorm obviously has multiple printings, including a rare, super rare, and so on and so forth. I do think Silent Mining is a phenomenal card, and especially with Marines that's getting support, you might actually need this and not realize you need this. Seriously, they're all cybers. Look into it. Silent Miner right now out of Dark Neostorm Secret Rare, unlimited versions are roughly around $9 to $10. First version of Silent Mining is roughly around $13 a copy. I don't know playset Secret Rare, so I'm definitely recommending this to everybody out there. I think Marines is going to be another really good deck. It sounds goofy to say right now, but with the new support, that deck slaps pretty hard. Nevertheless, Cybers monsters in this game are not going away, and this is Rhoda for Cybers monsters. Why would you not want Rhoda? That's currently at 3, by the way. Yes, you're going to use 1 per turn, but it's at 3. Of course, we have Spear Mode, which last we talked about till now has went up in value. Why is that? Simple. Spear Mode is insane. This card's broken. Now, obviously, you got to give away your normal summon, but does it really matter if you could break your opponent's board? Think about it. Your opponent has a board of, let's say, the ideal average Yu-Gi-Oh board in the year 2022 is something like Token, Griffin, so you get the Omni Negate, and then Artifact Side because you're putting Side Locking because skills in Yu-Gi-Oh! And then you look at that and you just go, here, hold this Spear Mode real quickly. Now, once again, you're still in a rut because the meta is kind of goofy right now. But I do think Spear Mode, even after that, post Albaz release, is really good. Especially against Albaz, that puts 3 buys on board. Minimal. Albaz will try to kill you. If they cannot, they're going to put a board up. And Spear Mode breaks that. Okay, you're playing against Tenyis? Cool, what do? Put buys on board. Spin Mode breaks that. Okay, you got Side Lock, you still got to break that board. You got an Omni Negate you got to deal with. Why not use Spear Mode? Spear Mode's really good right now, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Play base is slowly catching on. And I do predict that all these prices will start increasing. Even the Super Rare is starting to increase in value. I do predict that the Duelist Pack Battle City will increase exponentially, as there's only 28 listings, then closely followed by the Dual Power, which I currently own, by the way. I don't own the other one. The Dual Power versions, once again, I like Max Rarity, but the Dual Power just makes more sense to me. Looking at Dual Power, I predict that will increase quickly afterwards, and then Super Rare will probably stabilize. Who knows? Shonen Jump magazine promos are really hard to find. As time goes on, they're increasing in value. Cards like Copycat, the Ultra Rare Shonen Jump, is $30. This card used to be worth like nothing, but it is increasing in value. If you have Shonen Jump Yu-Gi-Oh cards, you're going to want to hold those. If you don't have any and you see them at locals, you're going to want to slowly start picking them up. JMPS or Jump or JMP, anything that says Jump on it or reference to the Jump, as you can see over here, is the thing you want to grab. A lot of these are dollar and dirt cheap cards, and nobody's really looking at these cards anymore, but I'm dead serious. You need to pick these up as fast as possible, hoard them, throw them to the side, and then forget about them. Eventually, you come back to them and sell them for nice profits. Field centers in Yu-Gi-Oh! Are a weird thing. Now, don't get me wrong, I like my smart TCG field center. I like having a field center that I can put my phone next to and automatically pops me in, whether it's going to a Yu-Gi-Oh! Event and bring my phone next to that QR code and having it always on my phone, so now I'm good to go. So now I would stay with my field center so I could use my QR code, my field center, to see my next round. Or use my field center with the QR code on my smart TCG field center to bring up light points, whatever you want to do. But that doesn't say there's not expensive other field centers in this game, because there are. For reasons why? Well, it's hard to get. Field Center token and Material Shrouds was only available at UDS Yu-Gi-Oh! Events. UDS Yu-Gi-Oh! Events no longer exist, and this Field Center is worth a killing. Current value of the Field Center is roughly around $120 to almost $125 a copy. Do you have yours? Don't get me wrong, if you're a hero player, that's fine and all. But if you don't own an Element Hero Stratos Field Center, are you a hero player? Question mark. Now, I own 2 of these, and one's for keepsies, one's for playsies, and they both look really amazing. I will say these field centers are getting more expensive as time goes on, and we can see a correlation of a spike slowly happening. And then it goes normal, spike, goes normal, spike. You see this crazy chain happening. Then there was a huge spike, and once again, the value hasn't really changed. It's really been going up nonstop. The value of the Elemental Hero Stratos Field Center was roughly around $75 when it first came out, dropped to $65, and then has been increasing ever since. House Dragon Maid is another field center that's kind of worth some money. It's $20. Why? I don't know. I own this, and this field center feels like garbage. I'm just gonna throw it out there. Like it's not like the Strauss Field Center that was like made of hard plastic. It was see-through. It was a lot better. Once again, is it overpriced? Yeah, it's overpriced. But if you own Max Rated Heroes, it's underpriced because you own Max Rated Heroes. With this, yeah, this is kind of garbage. I own this, and it just feels flimsy. Is it worth $20? Probably not. If Dragon Maid's plays are out there, they probably want to get one of these for their collection as their field center, and that makes sense. I get that. But for the most part, I'm not a big fan of this. I don't like the burgundy color too. That burgundy color, they lost a huge opportunity to make like a bright pink color, and I don't like bright pink and whatever. I think bright pink would have looked amazing for the outline of this, but they made a burgundy to match House Dragon Maid's dress, and that's a thing. Listen, you can do whatever you want to do with your money. Like I said, I don't tell people to buy or sell. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, I'm the kind of person that likes the nice things in Yu-Gi-Oh! I do own the Elemental Hero Stratos Field Center. I personally use more TCG. As far as like accessories and sleeves, I might do a video talking about what I personally use and what I personally like. That might be coming up soon. And I'll break down and go over what I personally like. I like to get the highest and best stuff in this game. That's how I am, because I can afford it. That's very important. At one time in this game, I couldn't afford nothing. I had Ultra Pro crappy sleeves for months on end. But when you can afford better things, you go for better things. I'm not saying one's better than the other. I'm just saying if you get a Ferrari, you're not going to be sitting there going, V, I don't want a Ferrari. I want a crappy Toyota Tercel that breaks down on me. If I'm a millionaire, I want the most crappiest car. Okay, person who's lying to himself, please stop bullshitting me. I'm in reality here. If you had $1 zillion, you would buy a nice car. You would buy a nice house, and you would buy a nice Ukrainian wife. I hear they're on sale 2 for 1. Don't bullshit me. We're going, I would do whatever. That's all I'm gonna say. I like nice things because I can afford them, and if I can't afford them, I'm not gonna get the nice things. It's that simple. Some people did have a problem with me poor shaming people. Just realized in this game that I didn't have money for a long time in Yu-Gi-Oh! And I would not buy the expensive cards. It just is what it is. But when you can buy, you do buy. And then you reference what is the peak and what's not. It's not a big deal. But when people bug out about that, I don't know. I smell broken here. I really appreciate everybody watching my videos. Seriously, every single one of you. Whether you have $1 million or a nickel in your pocket, it doesn't really matter. It's your boy V, and YGOPaisanos. YGOPaisanos have a great day.